and SpaceX is heading to the International Space Station as part of the irregular crew rotation and will bring back stranded US astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore. The mission is nearing its next phase with the Crew-10 spacecraft set for the docking and hatch opening on March 16. As per NASA's schedule, the docking is set for 11:30 p.m. EDT, which is 9 a.m. IST on March 16, followed by hatch opening at 1:05 a.m. EDT, which is 10:35 a.m. IST on March 16. The Crew-10 astronauts will then be welcomed aboard while Crew-9 delivers their farewell remarks at 1:40 a.m. EDT, which is 11:10 a.m. IST on March 16. We have with us Dr. Venkateshwaran, former senior scientist Vigyan Prasar, joining us on the telecast. Thank you so much, Dr. Venkateshwaran, for joining us on the telecast. It's a major development that we are seeing. We have seen earlier Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, when they were returning, there were a lot of obstacles, there were a lot of challenges. It kept getting delayed time and time again. And now we are seeing that we are seeing that homecoming is set to take place. So what exactly is your take on that?
Yeah, so it's a routine changeover. Many times, many people in the media kind of misrepresent the whole situation. So I thought it's better to clarify right in the beginning. Let's assume that you have a emergency ward in your hospital. So in the emergency ward, you will have a doctor and a set of nurse manning or people in that emergency ward. You will be doing one shift. After you finish your shift, you will wait for the next shift to come. You will hand over the whole ward to the next shift, and then you will go back home, right? So in the same way, from the year 2000 November, there has been continuously people on International Space Station. There has not been one single day where there was zero people on International Space Station from 2000 November. And currently, the team which is there in Interlium, there are 7 people. This is called Expedition 72. So you can say that Shift 72. So now the Shift 72 is getting over. So that is the 4 people have reached by Crew-10 spacecraft. Another 3 will be reaching there in April. So from Expedition 72, 4 people will come back now, another 3 will come back in April, and then the new team will start working from now and April. That will be called as Expedition 73. They will be there for almost 6 months. So this is a changeover of shift in the space. But with regard to Sunita Williams and Will Butchmore, they were not originally slated to be in this Shift 72, that is Expedition 72. They went for a different purpose. Unfortunately, that Boeing's Starliner did not work properly. So the team decided that she will be part of the Shift 72 because she is already there in the space. I mean, she can also complete one mission. That's how this whole thing emerged. And then now this new shift is happening. So this shift change happens almost every 6 months.
Dr. Venkateshwaran, in terms of this, when they are going to come back home to Earth, what exactly is the next course of action? What will take place in terms of the viewers that are watching, if you could break down for them?
First thing is, suppose if you climb a very high mountain, let's say for example, you want to go to Ladakh, you will be advised, I mean, even if you look at the tourism website, you will be advised that first day, don't walk, don't run, don't exert yourself, lie down, take deep breaths. Basically because it's very high, the amount of oxygen there is less in Ladakh. So this is called as acclimatization. Same thing happens for people who go from Earth to space. So today, 4 people have reached the International Space Station. So for first 2 days, they will be totally disoriented. Why disorientation? Maybe I'll give you a small example. You are sitting on a chair, I am sitting on a chair. So on Earth, there is a gravitational pull on all over our body. So blood, for example, is being pulled by gravity. So you will find lot more blood on our bottom portion of our body, like for example leg, than our head. Okay, because of the pull. So actually against gravity, our heart has to pump the blood to our head when you are standing or sitting like this.
Doctor, in terms of this,
But in space, because you are in
I
a
think
free
you're
fall.
currently facing some connection issues, but I'll pose this question to you. In terms of the health concerns that we have been seeing, what kind of problems that they will be seeing once they come back to Earth?
Yeah, so the same issue what I was trying to describe, that for example in space, because you are in a free fall, the blood will be kind of evenly distributed in your body. Whereas when you come back to Earth, a lot of blood will rush to your leg and not so much to your head. The same reverse happens when you go to space. So when you go to space, you will find disorientation. In likewise, when you come back to Earth, you will find disorientation. So first few days of going to space, nobody can start work. Similarly, when you come back to Earth, it take few days before you acclimate to the gravity, because you are not used to gravity for almost 6 months now. So when the crew reaches there in International Space Station, it takes about 2-3 days for handover. The crew has to get completely acclimatized. Then the old crew will hand over the station, explain what is there everywhere, like for example, where they have kept water, where they have kept oxygen, where they have kept food and things of that kind. I'm saying it in a simple word. They will hand over the station, and then only the new team can take it. Only after the new team takes over, it can come. So it will take few days before even Sunita Williams and others try to come back.
In terms of the SpaceX mission, if you could explain to our viewers the minute details that they could understand in a layman's language.
Yeah, so this Crew-10’s is one of the ferry to the International Space Station. There is also another ferry called as Soyuz, which is a Russian craft. So today, the last few years, both craft carry people. There are totally 7 people in International Space Station. Every expedition, that is every shift, you should have 7 people. 4 go by this Crew-10’s craft and 3 by Soyuz. So in total there will be 7. Now the Crew-10’s has gone there with the 4 people. The 4 people will take few days to get oriented to the space, space living condition, because they will not be able to move their body. They will be struggling, mumbling and things like that. They will be totally disoriented. After that, out of the old team, 4 people will hand over their charge to these 4 people and come back to it.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much.